In a vibrant democracy like India, the principle of judicial review stands as a cornerstone, safeguarding the very essence of our constitutional values. Judicial review empowers the courts to examine the validity of laws passed by the legislature and actions taken by the executive. It acts as a crucial check and balance, ensuring that all laws and actions adhere to the principles enshrined in our Constitution. Judicial review is not merely a legal concept. It is a powerful instrument that protects individual liberties and prevents the arbitrary exercise of power. It ensures that the government remains accountable to the people and acts within the bounds of the Constitution. By reviewing laws and executive actions, the judiciary plays a vital role in upholding the rule of law and safeguarding the rights of every citizen. The foundation of judicial review in India is firmly rooted in the Constitution itself. 3 key articles, namely Articles 13, 32, and 226, lay down the framework for this essential principle. Article 13 declares that any law inconsistent with the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution shall be void. This article empowers the courts to strike down any law that infringes upon the fundamental rights of citizens, ensuring their protection against legislative overreach. Article 32 provides citizens with the right to move the Supreme Court directly for the enforcement of their fundamental rights. This article guarantees a direct avenue for citizens to seek redressal from the highest court of the land if their fundamental rights are violated. Article 226 empowers high courts to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights and other legal rights. This provision ensures that citizens have access to judicial remedies at both the state and national levels, strengthening the protection of their rights. The necessity of judicial review in India stems from the very nature of our democracy and the potential for power to be misused. In a country as diverse and complex as India, with its myriad social, economic, and political divisions, the potential for the abuse of power is ever present. Judicial review acts as a bulwark against tyranny, ensuring that the government remains accountable and that the rights of all citizens are protected. The Indian experience, particularly during the emergency imposed in 1975, has underscored the critical importance of judicial review. During this period, fundamental rights were suspended, and the executive wielded unchecked power. The judiciary's assertion of its power to review the legality of the emergency and its subsequent decisions played a crucial role in restoring the balance of power and upholding constitutional values. The history of Indian judiciary is replete with landmark judgments that have upheld the principles of judicial review and strengthened the foundations of our democracy. These judgments serve as powerful examples of the judiciary's commitment to protecting the Constitution and the rights of citizens. One such landmark case is the Kesavananda Bharati case of 1973, where the Supreme Court ruled that the Parliament's power to amend the Constitution is not absolute and that it cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. This judgment established the principle of judicial review of constitutional amendments and ensured that the fundamental principles of the Constitution remain inviolable. Another significant case is the Maneka Gandhi case of 1978, where the Supreme Court expanded the scope of the right to life and personal liberty under Article 21. The court held that any law depriving a person of their life or liberty must be fair, just, and reasonable, setting a high bar for legislative action that could potentially infringe upon fundamental rights. Section 5. Protecting our fundamental rights. The Kesavananda Bharati case. The Kesavananda Bharati case in 1973 is a cornerstone in Indian judicial review. This landmark judgment established the basic structure doctrine in Indian constitutional law. The Supreme Court decided the extent of Parliament's power to amend the Constitution. The government argued for unlimited power, while petitioners contended some features were beyond amendment. The court ruled Parliament's power is not absolute and cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. This judgment ensures fundamental principles like judicial review and federalism remain inviolable. Section 6. Maintaining federal balance, the role of judicial review. In a federal system like India's, where power is divided between the central government and the states, maintaining a balance of power is crucial for the smooth functioning of the polity. Judicial review plays a vital role in maintaining this federal equilibrium by ensuring that neither the central government nor the states overstep their constitutional boundaries. The Indian Constitution provides for a division of powers between the Union and the states, with a clear demarcation of their respective legislative and executive domains. However, disputes often arise regarding the exercise of power by the Union and the states, leading to conflicts over jurisdiction and legislative competence. In such situations, the judiciary acts as an impartial arbiter, interpreting the provisions of the Constitution and resolving disputes between the Union and the states. The judiciary's power of judicial review allows it to strike down laws passed by either the Union or the states that are found to be in violation of the Constitution or encroach upon the powers of the other. Section 7. Judicial Activism, a double-edged sword. Judicial review is essential for democracy, but it can lead to judicial activism, sparking debate in India. Judicial activism occurs when the judiciary is seen as overstepping its role and making policy decisions. Supporters say it's needed when the legislature and executive fail, especially for public interest and rights. They cite positive changes like environmental protection and rights for marginalized communities. Critics argue it undermines the separation of powers and should be left to elected representatives. Section 8. Striking a balance. The future of judicial review in India. The future of judicial review in India lies in striking a delicate balance between its essential role in safeguarding the Constitution and the rights of citizens, while ensuring that it does not overstep its boundaries and encroach upon the domains of the legislature and executive. The judiciary must exercise its power of judicial review with utmost responsibility and restraint, always mindful of the principles of democracy, separation of powers, and the rule of law. It should strive to interpret the Constitution in a manner that upholds its spirit and intent, while respecting the roles of the other branches of government. At the same time, the legislature and executive must respect the independence of the judiciary and abide by its judgments. They should work towards enacting laws and implementing policies that are consistent with the Constitution and the principles of justice and fairness. Section 9. Conclusion. Judicial review, a cornerstone of Indian democracy. Judicial review stands as a cornerstone of Indian democracy, playing a vital role in upholding the Constitution, protecting fundamental rights, and ensuring the rule of law. It is a testament to the vision of our founding fathers, who recognized the importance of an independent judiciary in safeguarding the values of democracy and individual liberty. As India continues to evolve as a nation, the role of judicial review is likely to become even more crucial in navigating the complexities of a rapidly changing society. It is imperative that we, as citizens, understand and appreciate the significance of judicial review and engage in informed debates about its role and limitations in our democracy.